Smoothing when you have an even number of points. In the previous video, we had odd numbers and we used our spreadsheet to be able to determine what it looks like when smooth. Well, sometimes you might have an even set of data. So what you need to do is to not only be able to do an even number smoothing, but you also need to be able to do an even number of smoothing with centering. So centering is almost like taking the average of the average. So I'm going to show you an example of 2-point moving, a 2-point moving mean, and then a 2-point moving mean with centering. So here we got to calculate the 2-point moving means and the 2-point moving means with centering. So a 2-point moving mean is exactly what it sounds like, which is we need to do an average of 2 points. So we have, in this first example here, we'll take these two, and this will be 18.1 plus 24.8 over 2. And then what we'll do is we'll take the average of that, so 18.1 plus 24.8 divided by 2, and we get 21.45. And then I would continue that pattern down for the next ones. So for these two, I would then go and do the average for those. So 24.8 plus 26.4 divided by 2, and that gets me 24.8 plus 26.4 divided by 2, 25.6. Nothing extraordinary different from what we did last time. The centered 2-point then asks me, out of those 2 points that I've just calculated, what's the average of those? The average of those is obviously what's in between. So we take the 21.45 and we'll add 25.6 divided by 2, and this is going to be equal to 21.45 plus 25.6. Divide that by 2, we get 23.525. So I would do my 2 points and then I would center them accordingly. Generally in an exam, they'll only ask you to center, do a particular centering on a particular day. So for instance, they might ask you for the 2-point moving mean with centering for, say, day 3. And how do you do that? Well, what I'm going to do is, as per usual, I'm all about using the CAS. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill out this table. We're going to do the 2-point moving means of these. So here's all my lovely values from my last example. I'm just going to close that. I'm just going to clear all of this business. Clear all. You'll notice there I put little gaps between them. The main reason I've done this is just so it can keep the same sort of pattern when you're doing the means as you were with the last one. So I'm just going to do mean. You don't have to have capitals there. Let's put small ones. Now you'll notice there that what I've done is I've highlighted both. Because that cell is blank, that doesn't affect the mean at all. You see it still says 21.45. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy, I'm just going to paste this. Hopefully, yep, it is clever enough to recognize that I want to do it in between these. Now, hopefully, if it's a bit clever, because I've copied the formula rather than the value of the cell, because that's just what it automatically thinks I'm going to do. If I do to the 2-point center and go paste, there you go. It's remembered to do, it knows exactly what it wants to do. So it automatically will go and find the center with those. So I'm going to paste. So now we've done the 2-point centers as well. So what's the purpose of doing this? Well, this is just, again, well, remember the whole point of it is that we're trying to smooth, to try to get rid of all the fluctuations and see if there's any pattern. Example 6b.4. Using 4-mean smoothing with centering, what is the smoothed number of sales for 2009? Now, you might be thinking, oh, good heavens, do I have to go and do that entire table again? No, don't really have to. What it wants is that you'll notice that it's asked for a very specific year. Now, you could, if you're doubting yourself, set up your table just like I did before, which is fine for 4-mean smoothing. But honestly, you just need to look at 2009. So it's asking for 4-mean and smoothing. So when you're finding the mean, you might remember that when we calculated the odd ones, it was whatever number was in the middle. You'd have the top number, the middle number, and the below number, and that was what we did the mean of. So similarly, when we're trying to find the 4-mean with centering for 2009, there's 2009 here. What we basically just need to do is we need to calculate the means of the values where 2009 is the middle number of the group. So theoretically, if I was to get 4 values, 2000, in order to be in the middle, 2009 could be the second number, or it could be the third number, and then I'd do the average of those, and then it's the one in the middle. So let's just see what that looks like from a reality point of view. So I'd first calculate this one, 3,000 plus 1950 plus 2120 plus 2255. Divide that all by 4. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add all of those together. 3,000 plus 1950 plus 2120 plus 2055. Divide that by 4 and we get 20, what was it? 2331.25. So that's one of the values I'd calculate. So you'll notice there that the 2009 value is the second one there. So out of those 4. So 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011's figures. Then what I would do is I would then go, all right, let's calculate it when it's the third one of the values. So there we go. So 2009 is the third one. So I probably should have done this one first, but that's okay. 28,9 plus 3,000 plus 1950 plus 2120. You might be thinking, but that's not really the middle. But we're going to make the middle. We're going to take the average of these two, and that will get us the middle. So 2989 plus 3000 plus 1950 plus 2120 divided by 4 gets me 2514. 2514.75. So therefore, the mean of those two, because this is we're now centering those, is going to be 2514.75 plus 2331.25 divided by 2. And so 2331.25 divided by 2, 2423. So that is the smoothed number of sales for 2009 using 4-mean smoothing. So in other words, using by doing averages of the 4 years where 2009 was either in position 2 or position 3, that would be the average sales that they would have. So let's just say in another example, you're asked to find the 6 moving mean values for, say, 2008. This is an example. So again, it's an even number. So what you would need to do is that if it's 6, you'll need the middle value will be when it's in position 3 and in position 4. So we want, so let's say for the first ones, you would need to calculate 4, 5, 6. There we go. So that's in position 3. So you need to do the means of those. So that's when it's in position 3, and then what you would need to do is then when it's in position 4. So that's going to be there. So then you would do, then you would take the mean of those. So that's a 6 moving mean as well. That's just as another example. Using 4 mean smoothing with centering, what is the smoothed number of guests for winter of 2007? Okay, so let's find where winter 2007 is. So there's winter. So 4 mean smoothing. So just like our previous example, it needs to be in position 2 and in position 3. So for 4 mean, what I would do is I would do these 4 first. So 126 plus 85 plus 130 plus 460 divided by 4. And then what I would do is I would then do it when it's in position 3. So, 390 plus 126 plus 85 plus 130, all divided by 4. So in case you're still a bit confused, why am I doing this? You're wanting to get such that for a 4 mean smoothing, you want that middle value, that winter of 85 to be in the middle. So there's the 85 there and there's the 85 there. So we're trying to find the average so that we can get what's the value in between them. So when I put those into the calculator, 126 plus 85 plus 130 plus 460 divided by 4, that gets me 182.75. When I put these 4 numbers in, I get 200.25. So therefore the mean with smoothing, 4 mean smoothing with centering is equal to 191.5. Now you might be wondering, would you ever be asked an example where it says 4 mean smoothing without centering? Nah. For an even number, it has to be centered. For an odd number, you don't need to center it at all. But for an even one, yes you do. 6b.6. The table below shows the number of broadband users in Australia for each of the years from 2004 to 2008. A 2-point moving mean with centering is used to smooth the time series. The smooth value for the number of broadband users in Australia in 2006 is... Okay, so we need 2 mean smoothing. So we're going to do this. And then, so that's going to be the first one. So 2016000 plus 39000. Sound a bit like a walrus there, or a seal. And we divide that by 2, and we get 2958000. There we go. And then we're going to find the other 2 where 2006 is involved. So that's these 2. So 3900000 plus 4830000 divided by 2. When I plop that into the calculator, I get 4365000. So now I found the means of just those 2 points for whichever ones involve 2006. And then I just take a final average of those. So 2958000 plus 4365000 divided all by 2 equals 3661500, which is our answer D.